Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. We're glad that you chose to join us today. So let me jump right into this thing. Let me tell you why most leaders get burned out, why most leaders get frustrated, why most leaders end up, why leaders end up having such high turnover. Whether it's a pastor, executives, executive directors, I'm talking about high functioning leaders. One of the biggest challenges that they run into is they don't take enough time to focus on themselves. They are so immersed in the organization. And I'm not talking about going to the gym. I'm not talking about having a good diet. Those things are wonderful. But I'm talking about your emotion today. I'm talking about your life dreams and pursuits. So stick around. We're going to unbox about leaders, how you can focus on yourself. I'm Dr. Robert Davis, family life educator and relationship coach. And welcome to Unboxed, a frank and straightforward conversation about relationships. We're going to talk about family, church, workplace, and all other types of relationships. Join me for the next few moments as we unbox the power and potential of relationships and help you to live your best life. All right. Welcome back. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. That's right. Like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends about the great things that we are going over here at Unboxed and how we're really unboxing the power and the potential of all relationships, as well as the power and the potential of your leadership. So the last few days, we've been talking about how to become a more authentic leader. And that's really been a central focus. And we continue to talk about that. And so I gave you some exercises to do, talking about creating a mission statement for your leadership, creating a vision statement for your leadership, writing out as much as you can about yourself. And then the last time that we were together, I talked about the 5 attributes of an authentic leader. Let me share those 5 attributes with you real quick as we go through. Attribute number 1, authentic leaders are goal directed. This is what needs to get to accomplished. That's what they say. This is what needs to get accomplished. Very focused on that. Authentic leaders, number 2, are aware of others. In other words, this is who I am responsible to. Authentic leaders are focused on self. So you already know this. We're going to talk about today. This is what I am responsible for. Man, we're going to unbox this in just a moment. Number 4, authentic leaders are self-differentiated. This is who I am. And then number 5, authentic leaders are principle oriented. This is what I believe. So we talked about this is who I am. And today I want to spend a little time talking about how authentic leaders focus on self, how they focus on self. And let's go to the slide real quick. I want to put a slide up and I want to show you what I'm talking about. Authentic leaders are focused on self. In other words, they say, this is what I am responsible for. Too often with leaders, and this is kind of what leads to burnout, leaders are, they're doing too much. They're doing everything. What is referred to is oftentimes high functioning leaders overfunction. Now, people will pat you on the back and applaud you and tell you how great you are, but overfunctioning demoralizes you, causes burnout, but also demoralizes your team. What you want to do is leave the responsibility for getting things done with your team and also be there to encourage them and to make sure that you are showing up the best way for your responsibility. So authentic leaders are focused on self. Their number one question is, what am I responsible for? Lord, grant me the serenity to accept that I cannot change others, courage to accept the only person I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So let me make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do and that I do it well. And make sure that I let others do what they're supposed to do and not getting their way. And authentic leaders, when we say they are focused on self, authentic leaders ask the question, this is how I show up or manage self in all relationships. Yes, authentic leaders are very clear about how they show up and how they manage themselves in all relationships. That's what we talk about when we talk about authentic leadership. This is how I show up, and this is how I'm going to manage myself, regardless of what the situation, regardless of who the team member is, whether it's someone who gets on my last nerves or someone who I really love and enjoy working with. This is how I'm going to show up. This is how I'm going to be the best me. And so, authentic leaders have clarity. That's the word that I want to throw out at you. Authentic leaders have clarity. Clarity about what they're responsible for, clarity about who they are and how they're going to show up. And the focus is on managing me. Again, Serenity Prayer 2.0. Lord, grant me the serenity to accept that I cannot change others, courage to change the only person I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. But apart from the organization, as we talk about focusing on self, apart from the organization, authentic leaders are focused on their own life goals. In other words, this is who I want to be. I mean, have you ever sat down and literally written out, this is who I want to be, and just enumerated it? This is what I want to have. Have you ever really become clear for yourself about the things that you want to have? And I'm not talking about with your organization. Oh, I want to have a team that does this, and I want the organization to reach this. And pastors are really ones that fall into this trap. This is what I want to have. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in just a second, how I lived in this world of pursuing life goals to better the organization rather than bettering me. Now, this is what I want to have. This is what I want to do. That's the third thing. Have you ever really written out and said, this is what I want to do? Some people refer to it as the bucket list. You know, the things that I want to do in life. Every leader should have a clear bucket list and should be checking off that bucket list day by day, week by week, month by month, and year by year. So this is who I want to be. Getting clarity about that. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more when we get to developing principles. This is what I want to have, and this is what I want to be. All right, I'm gonna take that slide down. I want to talk to you a little bit about my own journey, my own experience. I remember when I was working on my doctorate of ministry, pursuing my doctorate, and I remember I got a letter from the department after I finished the 5 years of coursework. You then had a little over a year to write your dissertation. And I did not write my dissertation in that year. And I received a letter from the department saying, hey, you know, you're going to basically be removed from the program because you have not completed your dissertation in the time that is allotted. You can, apply for an extension and this. And so I called the director and I told him, I said, you know, I've been pastoring. I moved from one church. I'm involved in this. I do that. I do the other. And he said something very, very jarring to me. He said, hey, listen, everyone who is in this doctoral program has very busy lives. You are not unique in that regard. And they got it done. Others don't get it done. If it's important to you, you will get it done. So you know what, my friends? I did request the extension. I got the extension. And in less than a year, I had finished writing my dissertation, finishing up all the research that I had been just putting on the back shelf for years. I mean, for the last couple of years. And I got it done. But here's the catch. I got my doctorate, which was something that was on my life goals list, but it really wasn't my life goal. I pursued a doctorate that would help me to be better for my organization. I want you to think about that. Not, I'm getting a doctorate based off of what is going to be better for me, but I could only think about the church and the denomination that I was a part of. And I want to pause here because I'm not saying anything negative about the denomination or the church. Had I been a lawyer, had I been a politician, had I been a doctor, had I been the executive director of a nonprofit, had I been a pastor, had I been a train conductor, a bus driver, a janitor, I would have done the exact same thing because I was not clear about my own life goals and my own life pursuits. And one of the things that burns people out is when all of your energy, even the things that you claim are your own independent pursuits, are really for the building up, the betterment of the organization. There has to be a time when you focus solely on self. This is what I want to do. Some of the greatest people I see are individuals who go out and get degrees or pursue certification in things that have nothing to do with their career path. It's just something that they have as a life goal. I want to become an MBA. I want to get a degree in law. Even though I'm going to be, working in this field, I want to get a degree in law. This is just something I want to do. And those individuals are typically the ones who are happiest. Those who identify with what they want. And they say, I'm going to pursue it. And it's not selfish because you're putting hours. Think about how much time you put as an executive director, as an executive, as a pastor into building up the organization. It's not selfish to say, I want to spend some time building up me. Got to stop right here, my friends. I'm so glad that you chose to join us. I'm going to look forward to seeing you the next time as we continue this journey of unboxing our authentic leadership and unboxing the best of every relationship. Take care.
Seasoned with Grace, Unboxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website at swg.org. swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org.